Right to the air is Burrow. He's got him in. Complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The Bengals at 7-5 now in the year. And they come in on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd and 7. Burrow got him in open. It's Chase. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Touchdown, Bengals! T. Higgins. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Bengals get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Across the line and to the ball quickly there, Trey Hendrickson. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
Here we go on 4th. Watson is going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. A shotgun snap for Watson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll bring up second down. Now, these two teams, you might recall, met back in mid-season, week 8 to be exact. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. On second down, here's Mixon, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now it's Burrow. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
So on fourth down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep, Jakeem Graham. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete, and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. From the 22, Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Swings this out for Hunt. And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. On the return is Williams. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, first and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, next-gen stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Browns drive about to get started. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Off of play action, it's Watson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And he's only hit on 2 of his first 6 passes. Time for a quick quarterback regroup here with a big 3rd down coming up.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, Watson. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 2nd down, right back to Hunt. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end.
And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
A good gain on 1st has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now Burrow. Open man is Higgins. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Well, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And the Browns are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, much-needed boost defensively there. I mean, that really one of the first things that's gone right for him in this 1st half.
No question about it, partner. We've seen this before. You've got an offense that doesn't have any points yet. Go out and make a play on D. Then you head back to the sideline saying, we got you the football back. Now we'll see what you can do with it.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Faking the give. Now Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. They go up the middle with Chubb. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
2nd down, here's Chubb again. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 14. Watson now to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Hard to believe that arm strength was a knock on Deshaun Watson coming out of Clemson, but he showed what he's got there.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
Yeah, and the next-gen stats showing that at an even 57 yards through the air. And no return on this one. It's the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals drive about to get going. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, the goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Browns are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get it back at his own 3-yard line. Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. And taken right on the 30. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Well, one thing we certainly know, he likes to take those risks deep downfield during games, coverage or not. The coverage was there on that one. No catch, but he's also fortunate. No turnover either.
In motion right here, Boyd. To throw again on second down. Burrow. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
On third down, Burrow. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Browns drive about to get started.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively. Virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time.
The ball comes out, and the Bengals grab it.
He was having success there holding on to it on the option, but ultimately problems downfield, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and this is a tough one because you know you prefer to have your quarterback either heading to the sidelines or getting down at the end of the play. But you've got an aggressive one. He's fighting for extra yardage, and he gets stripped there. You don't need him to be a hero in that situation. You want your quarterback taking care of himself.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Now Burrow on first down.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Well, there's your leading receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage, putting on another clinic, well over 100 yards.
Are we taking notes? We should be, right? Because I'm going to go back and watch this tape and really enjoy what I'm seeing. The route running, competing for the football, just breaking down a defense.
Here we go. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Burrow. Touchdown!
Jamar Chase.
His second TD of the game and 18th of the year.
And the Bengals take the forced fumble and convert it into 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
This taken in by Jakeem Grant. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First target, first catch, and a first down. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Chubb on the counter. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. Now they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the 50, it's Watson. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And the Bengals are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And that one caught downfield by Boyd. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down. Burrow will throw. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
So 2nd and 10, third quarter. Thanks for tagging along with us here from the Queen City of Cincinnati. Throwing again, it's Burrow. This goes out wide from Mixon. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Here we go. They'll give it to Mixon. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
As long as you've been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now is where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And he'll get nothing out of that one. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. They're passing here. Joe Burrow toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been in a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they always want to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea right now. The way they've moved the ball in this drive, I wouldn't stop that momentum. Go get it.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Drew Sample. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he returns this to the 22. The Browns drive about to get started. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
He's got Njoku, his big tight end. Just a gain of a couple there. And it'll be 4th down.
If it's for baseball, we call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. So that pretty conclusively, I might add, shows you the perils of going for it and not making it on 4th down. One play, touchdown.
Yeah, and I've got to put this on the man in charge, the head coach. He made the decision to go for it. To me, when punting was the only decision to make, and it backfired on him in a big way.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one.
Back now in Cincinnati. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 on a 1st down. Here's the option play now to the left. And a pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. 2nd down coming up. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. From the gun, here's Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll give to Hunt here on the option. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Bengals will get the football back. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And now ball going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They begin this drive with Chubb. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
They run it again with Chubb. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That second down play nets a -4.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
To throw is Watson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jesse Bates. But with this advantage, this defense knew the passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. To Mixon on the check down. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Here we go. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Mixon up the middle. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now. The only people who are really happy about those picks, any fantasy team that has this defense.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Hunt will try going up the middle. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Now it's Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Bengals will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Tackled by Jordan Elliott.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
That one looks like he'll throw here. His throw incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And that will be incomplete.
Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide. Down the numbers. There he goes. The 40. The 20. 10. 5. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is down to 24. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4. But still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. This was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were running in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football is all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
So for the Bengals, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meanwhile, for the Browns, it's going to all but
for me, who could be against me? I guess all the that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast and 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. That hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock